Hello and welcome to Physical Science. My name is Mr. Minsky and I'll be your physical science teacher this year. Physical science covers a number of different topics, among them being physics, chemistry, earth, and space science. The first set of modules will go over physics. Then later in the year, we'll be working in chemistry, giving you a little taste of that, and then a little bit of earth and space science. The idea here is to kind of give you an overview of what these sciences entail so that, later on in your high school career, you can choose which electives to take, be they physics, chemistry, earth science, astronomy, all the courses that we offer here at Odella. So, what we're going to be doing here in this first module is we're going to be reviewing uh, scientific inquiry. Scientific inquiry is one of those things that you've been doing, well, ever since you were born. I see young children as always being scientists. I have a 6-year-old nephew who's always asking me questions like, why, and how, and what is that? So he's a little scientist. Um, you know, we want to learn things. We conduct experiments. We try to figure things out. We try to organize our thoughts and draw some sort of logical conclusion. Well, that's essentially the scientific method. So that's what we're going to be doing here in the science inquiry unit. Some questions I'd like you to think about are how can I think and communicate like a scientist? How is it that scientists explore the world? What tools do they use? Why is organizing data an important skill to have? Who uses the scientific method and when is it used? And how do scientific theories get to be scientific laws? Now that's more of a trick question. Some of the vocabulary that we're going to be covering in this module are words like observation, inference, data, control, conclusion, significant figures, accuracy and precision, model, law, theory, the scientific method, observations, research, hypothesis, experiment, analysis, define what communicating results means, and what does dependent and independent mean in terms of the scientific method. As you may or may not know, we follow standards-based learning, and the standards for this module are identifying questions and concepts that guide scientific investigations, design and conduct scientific investigations, how to use technology and math to improve investigations and communications, formulate and revise explanations and models using logic and evidence, that is to say, critical thinking. You'll also be able to recognize and analyze explanations and models, and then communicate and support those explanations using a scientific argument. In the module, there is a link to the page you're seeing right now. Now here we have also on the left-hand side here, you can see our level system, which goes from, well, 0 to 4, with a level 1 being with understanding, you understand this with help. Number 2 demonstrates a basic understanding with no major errors. These include things like, vocabulary. If you understand the vocabulary, if you understand the basic concepts, you earn yourself a level 2. But what we're shooting for, and what your goal should be for this unit, is a score of a level 3. And that is, you meet those expectations that I just went over as far as the scales are concerned, the standards, that is, as well. A level 4, though, is where you not only show that you can that you are proficient at these, but that you go beyond what was taught uh, as far as these inferences and applications are concerned. On my Odella homepage, I have a link to a video that describes in detail the standards-based grading that was put together by another teacher here at Odella. So in this module, you'll be learning several things, and here are our learning targets. So recognize that theories are based on a large body of observations and experimental data. You'll identify the steps to the scientific method, as well as the proper use of the international scientific units of measurement. You'll also be able to identify significant figures, and that deals with accuracy and precision, and knowing the difference between accuracy and precision. Also, you'll be able to calculate the correct conversion from one unit to another. In other words, going from the English system to the metric system, as well as how to convert, for example, like grams to kilograms. And then you'll apply these concepts and skills that you learn in this module in a summative assessment. So just for fun, let me show you a little bit around the classroom. We have the lamp. The penguin sliders. The only rock that you can eat. Yes, there's a rock that you can eat. And some of my other toys and items that I like to keep for entertainment purposes. So that ends my brief little description of what you can expect for Module 1. If you have any questions, I'll be available in class. Remember that we meet 4 days a week from 2:30 to 3:30 in the electronic classroom that is now hosted by Adobe Connect. So hopefully we won't have as many issues with that as we've had in the past. Of course, I'm always available by email and via telephone. So hope to see you in class.